So I've been asked to comment on the tragic, sad news of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, who was a Christian and also a conservative. It is tragic news, but it's not a surprise. You know, this is the thing I find more and more common nowadays, especially among Christians. People don't speak truth because they're worried about offending people. And Charlie Kirk, he debated people openly in public. He was literally willing for someone to kind of challenge him and beat him in what he's got to kind of argue and debate with, which were typically just the Bible. But you see, the problem is, it's this word sin. Charlie Kirk, from what I saw, never had a problem with any person and never hated on anyone from what I saw. But he would debate on the topic of sin. See, as Christians, it's sin that we should basically stand against, not the people. Love the people, Jesus said. Charlie Kirk did that. He exemplified that. But the people that assassinated him, maybe political, maybe just a group of people with different ideologies. But it still comes from a place of hate, and that hate fuels anger. And it's that anger and hate that causes people to do actions that lead to civil unrest and destruction and creating tribes that will turn against each other, which is part of a bigger agenda anyway. So my advice to people today is recognise that Charlie Kirk was a martyr. He stood for his faith and died for his faith, but only speaking truth. And that's the sad thing, that truth will always stand. So when I hear people trying to argue and defend a position or defend God, I always think, why? God doesn't need defending. Trust me, God does not need defending by any human in any respect. Truth will always stand in its own light, doesn't need defending. But there is an issue about not speaking truth. And again, Charlie Kirk exemplified that he wasn't ashamed or afraid to speak truth. And for many Christians, as I say, the word sin, many of them will actually delete it from their vocabulary now because they don't even like the word. Because they don't understand the word. They don't understand the word of God either. So I just want to draw people's attention, especially Christians. You know, they spend all time talking to people about the book of Revelation and about people going to hell. But I also want to draw them to the fact that in the piece of Revelation, which is 21:8, which states about who will burn in the lake of fire, it actually starts with cowards. Yes, cowards. Those who fear to speak truth, and especially the truth of Jesus and the truth that Jesus taught, the word of God. So as an encouragement to people today, lovingly stand in your truth. Jesus said those who follow me will face persecution. And as we know with the original apostles, it cost them their lives. Charlie Kirk today sadly dies tragically, leaving a legacy behind that will motivate other people to step up, to speak out. For people that already have a negative opinion about him, they're going to dig a bit deeper now and start to find out actually he's not the person the media portrayed him to be. As with many people in the media today, people will now start seeking truth. He will have started a movement today that will impact on many lives, turning them towards God, getting them to seek the light. So I say, brothers and sisters, pray for his family, pray for those around him, pray for change, but also pray for the people that are still full of hatred and hate. And even though they talk as if they are talking with love and light, a phrase they like to use often, get them to see the truth of love and light. That all love and light truly stands, if it comes from God, it stands on the foundation of truth. So ladies and gentlemen, be brave, don't be cowards. Share your love with the world. Love everyone, and always remember, it's not a personal battle, this is always a spiritual battle.